Welcome to Summit Safety's weekly video, where it is our desire to spark dynamic conversation, challenge your perspective, and provide some helpful nuggets of truth, all in the name of bettering your safety culture. Recently, our consultants here at Summit Safety have had several questions about what recommendations we might have regarding the new OSHA standards on silica. This is especially true within those companies that fall under the new construction standard, as you all have to ensure your personal exposure limits are 5 times lower than the previous allowable amount. Not to mention the fact that you must have this program created and in practice by June 23rd of 2017, i.e. this next year. We understand how this is causing some anxiety, but I want to try and help you rest easier regarding this new standard. This is also for you general industry and maritime customers who have what may appear to be a much longer time frame, since yours doesn't go into effect until June 23rd of 2018. Keep in mind a couple of points here. Number one, if most of your company's daily operations fall under general industry, and yet you have a small field crew that has silica exposure, they do fall under this construction standard and time frame, not the general industry time frame like the rest of your operations would. Second, these personal exposure limits and the process that must be in place before these specific effective dates are for all industry types. So if you have any silica exposure at all, please listen up. And here we go. I'm going to quickly break this down in the simplest possible way. First and foremost, you can't know if you're under or over the new personal exposure limits if you don't have a baseline to pull from. That means you must get air sampling done in order to know whether or not this is even a factor for your operations. What we are seeing many companies do is rush to new equipment, new engineering controls, and spending lots of money without even knowing where they are on the playing field. Always start with air sampling first, and be sure that you're sampling around normal practices. Don't pick the one day your slowest or operations aren't at normal capacity for the week. Get a realistic picture as to what your employees are exposed to. They deserve that to be accurate for their health. Second, based on the sampling results you receive, and if they happen to be above the personal exposure limits of this new standard, there are several things you must do. Yes, these are OSHA requirements, and it doesn't mean you can just toss out some dust masks for your teams to use. Before you start a respiratory protection program, trust me on this, you will want to engineer out the hazards if at all possible. Very simply put, the best place to start is investing in tools that utilize a water delivery system or other such means to dramatically reduce the dust that could be breathed by your employees. When you implement a respiratory protection plan or program, and yes, this does include N95 dust masks that you can buy at Lowe's, you are opening yourself up to several items of compliance. Now, that being said, many of you will have to do this, and that's just the way it is. But for those of you who haven't assessed your exposure before and after engineered controls, you're doing yourself a major disservice. I will repeat that when PPE, even as simple as dust mask, is required because of hazardous exposure, a fit test and a full respiratory protection program is required. You must also provide medical chest x-rays and lung function tests every 3 years if an employee is required to wear a respirator mask for 30 or more days per year. So yes, this is only a partial list of the things that must be done inside of a respiratory protection program. Bottom line, you have to know where you stand inside or outside the allowable numbers. That means you have to get air sampling before and after the controls are in place. Now, if you have any questions on this at all, please talk to your consultant or email our office. We are happy to assist in any way we can. Our goal is for you to be compliant with these new OSHA standards, but also to keep your most priceless assets safe and in place, and that, of course, being your employees. I'm Jake Woolfenden with Summit Safety Group, and I will see you next week.